Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dead Realms, episode 8. You see, we're missing two of our players. They could not make it this session, but we still got majority of the cast here, and hopefully, this will be a fun session to watch and to be entertained by. So, first, some housekeeping rules. If you would like to join our Discord, you could join the Pocket Dimension Discord at the bottom in the description below, where you can join a massive D&D community and other tabletop games. We're actually planning a Spelljammer campaign at some point in the near future in the works. So if you would be interested in that, join the Discord and see what happens. Other than that, you could find our store link in the below description. The description below, excuse me. You can buy a bunch of shirts of all different varieties, along with some other goodies too at redbubble.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where we're gonna upload a bunch of our content afterwards as much as we can to make it a little bit more accessible for everyone involved. And as far as like episode 6 and last episode of this episode, it'll all be uploaded simultaneously once we're done doing some stuff with episode 6. So, with that housekeeping stuff out of the way, if the cast would like to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Ethan. I'm playing Equus, the half-orc druid.
My name is Fate, and I'll be playing Yenbon, Tiefling Warlock.
I am notable. I am playing Arculus. He is a dwarf battlemaster.
And I'm serious. I'm playing Copper, a Dragonborn monk.
Alrighty, so without further ado, gentlemen, let's get into tonight's game. So, last episode, you guys found a cult hideout. Music's loud. I'm gonna lower at my end a bit. You found a cult hideout. You guys did battle, and as you guys did battle, you were able to stop a ongoing ritual going on, with Copper being the main person stopping it. For what ritual, you aren't too sure, based on like the notes you've gathered after the facts or what have you. But you did gain a new ally in Lady Claudia, who just so happened to be the friend of Arculus, now rejoined and joining the party. Now, in quotations. But after the dust was settled, after some folks were left unconscious, some just being dead overall, you guys decided to barricade and decided to take, for the first time in Dead Realms history, a full rest in which you guys fully accomplished. You guys did some task in between that, with Equus reading whatever notes he could find. He, amongst those notes, was the map of Waterdeep. It seems like some objectives were being made, something about the spires, something about obtaining power, and moving the horde. From what you've gathered, you weren't too sure, but upon further glance, upon all of you looking at it, you saw that one of the, well, Mr. Ryan Peppers, realized that one of the circle areas was located nearby the Church of Saloon. And before you guys were able to make plans of what to do next, loud banging noises came from that area you blockaded. And at that point, you just fucking dipped, but not before them breaking down the doorway with three hulking figures peering in the background before you guys shut the secret door. After 30 minutes or so just running away from the area and trying to avoid all that from happening, you guys end yourself in, not fully underground, but it looks like it could transition into the sewer parts of the area. But nonetheless, at this point, trouble has been averted for the meantime. So now you guys are just standing there, catching your breath, trying to figure out your next best move.
Would we be able to figure out if we were going like west or east of where we were being chased from?
Ideally, the secret door would have been west, so you guys are heading westward at this time.
So towards the chapel of Ryan Peppers?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Unless you guys decide to do other things otherwise.
No, Copper's gonna take a seat and catch his breath.
Okay.
So, amidst his panting, I was about to say Copper, sorry. Amidst his panting, Arculus looks up and just stares at the group and is like, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but there were the three biggest blokes that I've ever seen in my life back there. I'm not sure what those cultist bastards got cooking up, but it ain't good. And then he follows Copper and just sits down.
The light that Yanban kind of produces for the group continually he like makes it fade, so they're kind of all sitting in the dark. And he kind of like crouches down with the group, and he's just kind of drawing in the dirt with a stick. He doesn't really...
Okay.
Feels a little defeated that he had to give up his new home base. Spent all that time converting that altar into an altar of Helm, and now they're gonna burn it.
Equus, what do you do in this situation?
Do I see any familiar plants?
Make well, the only plants you see, if any, would be like the small little weeds coming out from the ground that are just like that are just mainly produced simply because of whatever water's coming out of the area in the sewer area down to the soil beneath you. But other than that, no.
Yeah, that figures.
There's not even any good plants around.
We should go somewhere. We need a plan. We need to do something.
We need
the church.
intel. We can't just head to
Peppers.
the church. If we're about to walk into a fight that was as bad as the last one, we need a better plan.
Mr. Peppers interjects and says, "Yeah, that's why I'm here, actually. Saloon sent me here to Waterdeep to help her in some way. I guess this might be what she might be referring to."
Well, there's no doubt that that's a worthy goal, but unless we have a clear plan on doing it, we're probably just going to die in there.
Well, Ryan can fly. Would you mind going to scout out the church?
Well, if we could find like a sewer cover, I think I could fly up there and get a quick glance.
Flying chicken. Better scout that ever was.
All right, let's look for a way out of the sewer.
Before Arculus would like to interject, and he would just like to note, I'd just like to say that the whole leaving the sewers things or whatever didn't seem to go well for your little bird friend last time, from what I've heard.
He
Sure.
died in the sewers.
How would you know that?
Because I captured his soul. I spoke to him.
Really, I haven't been here for that long.
Well,
Whatever.
not captured. He like
No,
looks at
it's
Equus
slave,
and kind
it's
of...
slave.
Stitchskin
It's not slavery. He was up for it.
Stitchskin knew that life is not meant to be lived in the sewers.
I think he just wanted to protect people one last to do so. But either way, we should make our way out of this dungeon. It is disgusting down here. Sick of casting prestidigitation.
There's no plants.
Make our way maybe to a rooftop. Vantage point, yeah.
That would be a good idea, says Mr. Peppers.
Yeah, at this point I'm looking around. We got the map of Waterdeep. Is the sewer on there?
You look on the map, and it's basically just a generalized map of the surface rather than below it, unfortunately.
Well, we can approximate if we know our heading at all times. If Equus can give us a directional heading, we can point out where we start by flying out of the grade.
Well,
So we could scout on two fronts. We could scout in sewers below Temple Saloon and in the skies above.
First, we need a way out of the sewer. Just any entrance.
I look up.
Yeah, I'm
You
looking
look up.
around for one.
You look up. It's just sewer ceiling.
Fuck!
Damn it.
We'll walk for a little bit.
Walk and look up. Yeah.
All right. And Pepper says, "Yeah, if there's a manhole cover, I could take a quick glance outside and make it back down, and we could probably get a good idea of where we're at."
Don't get bitten again.
I'm trying not to.
Good.
All right. All of you roll a d6 for me.
Oh God.
He gives Arculus a nug and looks at Ryan. He goes, "Stop."
That's
What?
a 1.
I rolled a 1.
On what are we rolling? I'm sorry.
A
D6.
d6.
A D.
Si, senor.
I also
One,
rolled a
okay.
1.
I rolled a
Okay.
2.
A 2. So let me see if a roll or two, 1 or 2 happens.
Roll, roll, roll.
Okay.
This is fun. Who's getting
Two
separated this time?
Tenarooks show up.
You walk for about 15 to 20 minutes or so, and you eventually navigate your way through the sewers, trying to once again be used to the stench that's coming from the sewer areas and such. And you're like, oh, I hate the sewers so much. And at this point, you do, after the next 10 minutes, you do eventually find a manhole cover above. And Pepper's like, look, a manhole cover. You think it's open?
Yeah.
He tries to open it, and it does open. He says, all right, I'll be right back. Just stay here. Give me about 10 minutes or so. Let me see where we are at. And then he flies up.
Sometimes the
Bit long,
manhole
don't
cover
you
is
think?
open.
10 minutes is a bit long, don't you think? Can he just fly high enough to see where we are and then come back down?
I cast fly.
You cast fly on yourself.
Yenbon just kind of looks up and then just floats past and just goes
Okay.
up.
That's perfect. So here's what you see. It is the afternoon, for a lack of a better term. The skies are still gray, no instances of sun or moon or anything. Same thing has always been for 3 years. You do see Peppers in the distance. It looks like he's trying to circulate the entire area just to try to figure out exactly where on the map you guys are at. As you look around your surrounding area, let me see here. 1 second. I'm just looking on the map here of Waterdeep.
Someone should save a file of the map of Waterdeep so we can put notes on it for places we've
Just
been.
pin it.
That's a good point, actually.
So, amongst like the map of Waterdeep, just for the players over the table, of course, you guys are basically located somewhere in between the two middle districts at this point.
So the
I need
church
to
is
look up
a
a
little bit farther
map of.
west.
Yeah, so like over the table, you guys are like around the in between areas, for lack of a better term, and you're heading westward from where you guys are at.
Where all
But
those roads
Yevon,
intersect.
yeah, but Yevon, what you do see is that the last time you were on the surface, the walls were like, solid all around, and there's just like a massive mosh pit of like zombies that fills like this entire city. However, looking around your general areas, you find out that the quarter of them are actually leaving outward towards the city. And as you look closer, you realize that some parts of the walls have broken off. And it seems like the zombies are heading outwards, more northeast, for lack of a better direction, towards that general area. And it seems like some spots in the city are a little bit open than others.
I'm gonna signal Ryan Peppers to rejoin the group once he's done, and then kind of fly down to the group.
Okay. You fly down, and anything you would like to say before Peppers joins in?
No, not specifically to him.
Okay.
When I rejoin the group, well, it looks like the zombies are all relocating northeastwards out of the city. It looks like they're actually moving outwards into the forest. Isn't that where we heard from all those survivors camped out, trying to eke out a living in the forest to the north? I don't know. They're probably dead already.
At this point, Peppers comes down. All right. Does anyone have the map?
Well, yeah, the map of Waterdeep.
Yeah. So you produce a set map, and Mr. Peppers then says, "Okay, so based on where we at right now, and just based on the map, I'm guessing that we're coming from that dot on the right, I believe. I think we're coming from that, heading more westward. I think that's where we are right now."
Well, that makes sense, as they probably would have marked out their own base. So that's what this is. That dot is their marked base. So it looks like there's actually 3 other bases. So we don't necessarily have to go directly to the Church of Saloon. I know that Ryan Pepper's hurting,
So
We gotta
but I
go.
see
That's the whole
ambush
reason why I'm here.
potential.
The
Arculus.
church.
Oh, go on.
Pepper's Kate says, I took a quick glance at the church, and it seems like, unlike the other buildings, it seems like this one is actually more stable. When I was actually trying to go near it, I was a little alarmed by some archers, but I just quickly ran away. It seems like it's heavily defended, so I
Did
can't
they
fly
see you?
in there, fortunately. I thought they did, but I don't know. It seems like they were very on guard and on point, though.
Did they wear anything identifying? Could you tell what group they were a part of?
I'm not too sure. Couldn't get too close to find out.
Okay, we have to assume we're working with some highly organized people. Sounds like we don't really know why they're holed up in this temple.
So, over the table, you said cultist camps or just camps in general?
What do you mean? Like the dots?
Yeah, the dots.
That's what your characters think they are.
Yeah,
So you think they're camps. All right.
I was just making the deduction that the dot we came from was a cultist sanctuary.
So Arculus speaks up, being the tactical fighter that he is. He points towards the dots and says, "If Yendvon's right about this, I say we hit up these camps and do what we do best. Because if we go for one of those towers, we don't know how many reinforcements they're going to call. And if those reinforcements happen to be in those camps, well, no reinforcements for them."
There's also 2 lingering questions. They clearly have a plan for the zombies leaving the cities and marching westward, but my question is, how are they controlling them? And if we can take this control, maybe we can end some of this. Take back the city, take them to the walls, have the walls rebuilt if we can control them. I'm getting ahead of myself. Either way, I'm hoping that we can find answers by interrogation.
It's a good idea. Does anyone have experience in breaching armored facilities?
Well, I'm glad you asked, mate. Back in the old days, I used to lead my own platoon. I believe I could be of some use.
Any ideas about these archers?
Well, if any of us have any shields, that would be most helpful. But, seeing as you lot don't seem very well armored, I don't suggest coming up them from front.
Perhaps this is a best plan laid for later when we have more information.
Alright.
Pepper
Yeah.
interjects. He says, "Wait. You're-
Sewer access. Could
Mr.
we-
Pepper says, wait. You're talking about attacking the church or the bases or
Getting control of the church, attacking the people who currently hold it, and trying to harm the building as little as possible in the process.
well, I think we should at least talk to them. At least, what if any of the followers of Saloon, they could still be in there? Maybe we can. There's no need to do this much violence.
You're the one that almost got shot at, so you know better than the rest of us. Did they look like they were ready to talk when you were flying by those archers?
Well, again, I couldn't see exactly, who exactly was doing the arching. For all I know, they could just be people at the church trying to protect their church.
That's
So we won't know for sure.
That's
And
a fair
listen,
cut.
I'm a cleric of Saloon, so I know they'll at least hear me out before anything else.
I vote that we hit these camps first and gather more information, then visit the Church of Saloon.
I agree.
Say we go to the church first.
I'm leaning more towards the church first as well.
The church seems more heavily armed.
So it looks like our DM is our tiebreaker.
Peppers then says, "Yeah, I'm for the church too. I mean, we can. I could see if I could talk our way into the church, and if finds out like there's no followers there or what have you, then then we got to do what we got to do. But I think since the church is mainly protected, most likely they would have some magical either items or even weapons if they have any. So I think that'll give us a better advantage against these cultists who I think have been summoning these demons about.
I request a nap before we leave. I need an hour to unwind.
We just
Couldn't agree more.
I need another nap.
And what if
I'm
the people
tired.
chasing-
Flying is
what if-
hard.
What?
I'm not
Okay.
a chicken.
Chasing us come while you're resting. You need to keep moving, regardless.
Well, if I build you some sort of cart to take me with you.
Chris starts walking west through the sewers towards the church.
We're gonna follow.
He follows reluctantly.
Okay. Everyone else follows westward. Everyone roll a d6 for me again.
Oh god. These are always so scary. Two.
In the horror campaign? What? 4.
Or
4,
2, by the way. Sorry.
2,
That's 6.
4, 2, 6. Okay.
I hope it doesn't get more difficult the higher the number.
Oh shit.
So after 30 minutes of walking westward have gone by, trying to go through the sewers or what have you, you come across like some open space. It seems like a space where, people would stick to the side and handle the sewer, mechanics or what have you. You find a old camp there, and it seems like it's currently a place where people could be resting at, and there's no one else there.
Could I look for signs to see like how long ago this was abandoned?
Make an investigation check.
Not survival.
No.
I'll help you look around. I'm pretty
Oh,
good
it's
at
22.
tracking.
22? You think this is recent.
All right. What if we just take their stuff and keep going?
No. We don't want any unforeseen issues coming to haunt us and chase us down. That's
I'm
just-
gonna have Invisilaws look around the area.
Visualize.
Say again?
Aslaw's my imp in Invisible, searching the area for anyone.
Okay. He looks around. You just guys hear just wing flapping, but you see no signs of, any flying creature like around you. Eventually you fear your imp resting upon your shoulder and saying, "There's no one here. If there's stuff, we should take it."
I agree with the imp.
The devil on my shoulder agrees. Take it.
I'm gonna walk forward without taking anything. Just gonna.
Okay.
Arculus is gonna follow them in looting, but he's gonna have his shield and his spear readied.
Okay.
Bro, this is just the way of the druids. When you're done with it, you leave it perfectly set up for the next guy, and if they need some of it, they'll take what they need and move on. So I'm just doing pickings as the druids do.
I hope the people who left it are as forgiving as druids. We'll
We
see.
have a very particular sense of morality.
So you find two backpacks.
Oh shit.
Amongst those two backpacks, you find 4 rations of food. You find about 75 feet of rope. You've also find 4 pittons. And... and 2 sleeping bags. And that is it.
I don't need a sleeping bag. I got a tent.
I'm quite the man. Takes the. Eventually, I'll get a rope to it. And I'll tie it to one of you.
Yeah, you got the rope. I'll take a backpack, but I don't think I need any of the stuff, man.
I'll take the backpack too. I'm doing
Okay.
a lot of heavy lifting.
Okay.
Oh, I'll take the pittance.
Okay. Alright. So you guys take some of the supplies. And you guys continue your journey westward. Roll me a d6 re-rolling on 6s.
Ooh. That's fun.
3.
3,
4.
1.
1,
4.
3, 3, 3 for 1. I think I heard right.
Yep.
Okay. You guys are continuing westward. Do you guys talk? Yes, no?
So, how about this apocalypse, huh?
It's quite drab. Not at all preferable.
I miss my horse. I miss.
I miss
Stick.
being able to see the sun.
Mr. Pepper says, I miss seeing the moon.
Oh, kind of sad.
Could you miss seeing the moon? You cast it almost every single battle.
I think he
It's
means
not
the real moon.
exactly
Not
the
per
moon,
se.
like the real moon.
I haven't seen a river in years. You see the moon at least once every battle.
Arculus points down and says, "That's not true. We've got a river of shit right here."
I will kick you into it if you ever.
Arculus, you trip over something,
Oh.
and you realize what you tripped over is what seems like to be a bag. But this book bag, unlike the ones you've seen beforehand, is a little more better quality in comparison to what you guys had.
That looks like a trap.
I was about to say, right, yeah, I don't suggest anybody touches that one.
Poke it with a stick.
I've got a
Yeah.
long stick.
I just
are
take steps backwards. He just like retreats.
Back away.
Arculus hides behind his shield and just stabs at it with his spear.
There could
You
be someone in
stab
there.
the bag. As you stab the bag, you see that you feel at the tip of your spear that there's a bunch of stuff in it.
Can you
Ooh.
Can you turn the bag upside down with the spear? And kind of
Is there squishy things within?
It doesn't feel like anything like that.
Just open it.
All right. And Arculus puts his shield and spear away and just opens the bag.
No, wait.
You open the bag.
Dang it.
What you see is one ration. You also find a dagger, but unlike the daggers you've seen before, this one seems a little bit more better. You also find a journal, and you also find a potion of healing.
what's in the book?
Arculus grabs the journal and then tosses it to Equus and says, "For our resident librarian." And then he just kind of backs away from the bag, letting the others inspect it.
I think you or Copper should probably take that potion. You're the type to get injured, if you know what I mean.
Right. That's about smart. And he grabs the healing potion.
Okay, you have a potion of healing now.
Yeah.
Well, should we continue onwards?
I mean, there was a pretty cool looking dagger in there, guys.
Yeah, who took that?
Nobody.
I will.
You have a +1 dagger.
Ooh.
While we're walking, I'm gonna read the book.
Okay. As you guys walk forward, you start to read this book. You realize that half of it seems like to be spells of some sort. However, what language do you know?
Common, Druidic, Orc, and Sylvan.
It is in a language you can't understand for half of it. However, for the other half of the book, you do see some traces of common in there. And this seems like to be a day-to-day journey of someone's journal who, for the most part, it seems that whatever they're trying to find, they're desperately trying to find it. And they're willing to do it no matter the cost and no matter what ways of doing it. But as soon as, quote-unquote, my suffering has ended, looking to new future vendors with magic.
Okay, and you said there were some spells in there?
You do get a sense of some of the language, and that yes, this is arcane in some way, but it's in a language you can't understand. Just
okay.
of your basic knowledge of spell casting and what have you, you realize, okay, this is something magical. However, I can't read this.
Do
All
any
right.
of us recognize it?
I'll pass it up to the group. Hey, can anyone read this?
What
See,
what
I
is your
read
languages?
Abyssal and Infernal.
Okay.
where,
Arculus?
where do you see languages? Because I know I know some.
And it should
Under
be under
proficiency.
your proficiencies, yeah.
Bottom left.
Read Common, Draconic, Infernal, and Orc.
I only read
Okay.
Common and Dwarvish.
You guys don't know what language it is.
All right, that's one for later. Put it in my new
If only
backpack.
we had a freaking linguist.
All right.
Could have been helpful.
You guys continue going more west. At this point, all of you roll me a d4.
God.
The dice are getting smaller.
A 4.
1.
1.
Okay. Good. So 1, 2, or 4. Let me get this d4. Okay. You walk a little bit further, and as you do, you hear footsteps echoing as the puddles splash. It's like normal was like splash, splash, splash. But then you see hear other footsteps soon after that, and it seems to become a pattern as you go further and further down. What do you guys do?
Coming towards us.
You hear them echoing further down the path.
Asla, let's go.
Yeah, Scott,
Okay.
let's go.
We try to stealthily follow. So I'm not
Make a
making
stealth
these-
check.
I'm gonna try to hide where I am. I'm not gonna follow.
24.
Stealth check. 24. Okay. You are stealthy.
12.
12.
Just running on the water.
Whoever they are, they drop a lot of back.
You send in sorry, what's your name of the imp again? I'm sorry.
Aslas.
Aslos. You send him over. After about 5-7 minutes or so, he flies back. He goes there and he says, "Yeah, there's some weird blue dude, and there's little blue people there too. I think there might be ghasts and ghouls or something like that."
Is that the
They look
best you
weird.
have for description? Perhaps ghasts and ghouls? Aslas, you need your eyes checked. Should turn
I'm
you into a
sorry.
spider.
Oh no! Don't do that! Don't do that! No!
Turn him into a spider.
Turns
I
out
just-
it's like
Jar.
he used to bang ferociously on set jar.
I put it on my belt and I look at the group. Perhaps enemies. A killing we will go?
Well, I'm not sure about that one. Should we take a full-on assault approach here, or be a little sneaky?
Well, the people who can sneak will sneak, and the people who can throw things from very far away will do that.
Last time we encountered gas and ghouls, we almost died.
Welcome back, Mr. Peppers, by the way.
Yeah, he's right.
Sorry about that.
It's fine, man. Also, hello, Ascendancy.
He is deaf.
Oh, he
We
is deafened.
sh-
Oh no, he can't hear us.
They call him
Oh.
to undeafen.
Yeah, someone messaged him. But yeah, just to catch up with where you're at, Bibo, you guys decided to go westward towards the Church of Saloon. And you guys have been finding some supplies along the way. And
All we've really done is argue. So you haven't missed.
I wouldn't say it's
Basically.
arguing, it's like negotiating.
Yeah, my bad. I was waiting to join, and then I passed out for a little bit because I had a long day today, and I woke up.
Hey man, it's cool. I'm glad you're here. Yeah. So that's the situation. So there's echoings of footsteps. As Yevon's imp says that it's ghasts and ghouls maybe, and Copper's kind of stealthing, and so is Equus.
Uh,
So what do
I'm
you do?
I'm gonna try to stealth. I'm not very good at it. I'm gonna try to hide behind something. I don't know.
Sure.
No, I said
Make
I
a
was
stealth
trying to
check.
I'm still tracking them, but I'm
14.
trying to
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to catch up to them, but I'm not trying to have them hear my steps. That's why I was doing my stealth check for.
Gotcha.
So,
All right.
I'm off
So you're
ahead.
still going further ahead, silent. So Mr. Peppers, what would you like to do?
I did the same thing. I tried to stealth. I got a 14.
Okay. At the moment, you're stealthy.
I do want to state that my
Oh,
movement speed is 45. I don't know if that accounts for
So,
anything.
assuming you're approaching slowly, it's like half that. So, as you approach slowly, you hear the footsteps, and then you hear going, just like someone's like lips being licked in a very ferocious manner, and you just hear mumbling going, "What to eat? What to
Oh,
eat?"
hell no. I recognize these motherfuckers.
It's
Revenge.
it's the pimp guy.
Fuck, it's him.
But you just hear this as you are quietly approaching.
I wanna stop when I'm able to get a visual, I guess.
Okay. You stop. And as you stop, you guys, well, Copper, what you see, as you're kind of stealthy, let me just roll some perception checks for these guys here. Okay.
Yeah, so my goggles of night give me a 60-foot range, so I guess
Yes.
whenever they get in there, that's where I stop.
Yeah. So when you see, basically the gas that you've encountered back at the church, a little burnt up and a little bit bruised up, but nonetheless, his long tongue is just constantly licking at his lips, and he's looking left and right, left and right. You think he noticed you, but you just cling to the wall, and it doesn't seem like he spotted you at this point. Accompanying him, crawling amongst the ceilings and the walls nearby him, and then occasionally stepping into like the waters below his feet is what seems like to be three of like these like female ghouls wearing like very scandalous clothing, just crawling on the walls and shit.
It's that motherfucker.
Oh hell no!
Kill that.
You know these freaks?
He goes,
Wait, did the group catch up, or is it just me?
it's just you further ahead. As far as the rest of the group, you just see a tall, lanky man along with some little people like crawling on the walls and shit nearby him. As you see Copper just like clinging to the wall, trying not to be seen.
From now on, I'm always gonna stash Aslas on Copper. I'll roll sleight of hand every time. I don't care.
If Copper's still looking stealthy, I'm not going to engage, but I do want to get a little closer so I'm not so far behind.
Yeah, let's all like get within range of our best ability. Prepare our
Everyone-
actions.
Everyone else at this point makes stealth checks.
Hey, is Ascendancy in, by the way?
He is. He's just muted.
Okay. Oh, God.
Oh, I'm
Question.
in? Oh, okay.
Oh, are we in
Yeah,
like
you're in, bro.
tunnels still?
So you're in the tunnel still. So I'm assuming everyone's just gonna approach slowly and trying to keep try to go up to Copper, right?
Can I stay back? Because I have a disadvantage in stealth.
If you
So-
want to, yeah.
Same.
I rolled a nat 1, so I'm just gonna role play it out.
Okay.
I rolled a,
There's no getting out of the nat 1.
Well, let's see how everyone else rolled. So
Oh,
I got
think
a
Wait, I
four.
have to roll again, or am I good?
no,
Oh, I
you're
rolled a-
good.
I rolled a nat 20 on stealth. Weirdly enough.
That beat
Right.
out on that one.
So
But I
Equus and
get a -1 and it makes it a 19.
Equus and Claudia, go ahead and make stealth checks. This will.
I got a
determine-
4.
You got 4. Okay.
You said a stealth check?
Yes.
It's taking a little bit to load.
The party's back.
Okay.
We got a full party this time.
15 plus 6 is 21.
21. All right. So let me roll a d20. You know what? I'm gonna let Copper roll the d20. So anything less than a 10, you fail. Anything above a 10, you succeed. It's just a straight roll. So I'll let
God.
Copper decide your fates.
6.
All
Can I
right.
role play it out?
Sure. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yanvan just walks out of the dark of the tunnel, fucking obnoxiously glowing, and says, "I'm the only pimp around here, motherfucker," and casts Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, and Vaughn.
Before you catch Eldritch Blast, he hears this and sees it going. And says, tiefling. And at this point, we all roll initiative here.
God damn it, Yanvan. Really?
Ooh, 20.
My
I-
initiative sucks.
My new
Yeah,
dice
same.
are cursed. I got an 11.
Ooh, I got a 20.
15.
My initiative sucks. Ooh, I got a
Initi-
20.
Initiative's amazing.
I got a 7.
Oh.
11.
And Equus, 11. Oh, let's see. Okay. 1 second. I'm changing music here, folks. So Mr. Ryan Peppers, otherwise known as Bebo, and Claudia, also known as Ascendancy, have joined the party. A little late, but it's fine. You all are here.
Hello.
Can
Sorry
you
about
turn
that.
your would you be able to turn your cam on so that you our producer
Yeah.
can fit everybody in the right spots? If you can't,
Yeah.
it's fine.
So for the viewers, you might see some like stuff going on. We're just setting up cameras for them at this point.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's good. They can hear us still. So
I was out all day.
let's go with this playlist.
May have
I'm
got a
changing up the
crappy
music this time.
initiative, but I've definitely got a good stealth roll, so who knows?
Ooh, Arculus has some new tricks to show everybody.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Me too.
That's exciting.
I'm a one-trick pony. Eldritch Blast.
I'll make you a two-trick
works.
pony soon. I
It
promise.
works.
Okay, I gotta stop this current music. Sorry, folks. Just like prepping, just trying to get good music for the moment, you know. And I'm picking different playlists other than what I usually get. Oh, there we go. Here we are. So, let me get initiatives from everyone. So, Arculus, what's your initiative?
11.
11. Claudia.
20. Dirty.
Nice. Copper.
15.
Peppers.
7.
Equus.
15. I'll defer to Copper.
Gavin.
20. I would like to go before Claudia, if that's okay.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's the stat line. I am grabbing my book, folks, because I didn't expect this to happen. So, 1 second.
Everyone before this session is out here saying, "Oh, let's get into some combat. Let's get into some combat." Yeah,
We're going to die in combat.
Is that what you
Here we
need?
go.
Not these guys though. Ugh.
Nah, we were talking about it, yeah, before you guys got here.
God damn it. Them again.
Yeah, no, these are the worst motherfuckers to come back. I swear to God, that guy almost
What's-
killed me.
What's the fucking worst is that I can't even roleplay Arculus remembering this motherfucker because they don't know each other. So I can't even get revenge properly.
You killed my brother!
They don't know each other.
You killed my brother that I didn't know I had until this very moment.
Actually, only me, Equus, and Copper would remember these guys, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is why
God.
Copper's
I
like-
just heard you say that he was a pimp, and that's all he needed.
Okay, so top of the initiative order. Mr. Yevon, would you still like to do your Eldritch Blast?
Yes, I
Or
would.
would you like to do something? Okay, so go ahead and make an attack roll against this ghast.
There are multiple targets, correct? How many? What am I looking at?
There is a total of 4 targets. You see all 3 of the ghouls crawling on the walls, and you also see the ghast nearby just standing in place. He is like your current target that you're able to see.
Okay. So I'm gonna use Twin Spell for my sorcery point, and fire an
Okay.
Eldritch Blast at the main pimp and his ghoulish ladies.
Attack roll.
The first one into the big dude is in that one,
Okay.
and into his side piece, 16.
The 16 will hit.
$17 damage. 17 force.
Okay. Nice. So your first shot, the ghast goes snap. He's like, "Yes, I want to taste tiefling," but you hear "ah" as one of the ghouls from the ceiling just gets hit.
He pulls up the jar that he trapped Aslaz in, and he says, "Taste this." And Aslaz comes shooting out of it like a white screaming imp missile. And I'm gonna have him bonus action empower him to do his sting.
his thing being?
It's like his tail strike. It's like a scorpion tail.
Oh, that would be cool if he wasn't turned into a spider.
Well, he polymorphs. He can turn into whatever. An 8. He's a piece of
hit.
shit. Aslog's
No.
a piece of shit.
So his spider, he was kind of too late coming out of his spider form, and as he does, he was like unprepared for the attack. He's next time, don't turn me to a spider, Gavin.
I'll do what I want, and I'm gonna abandon him and move 30 feet back. I kind of like use the force of the Eldritch Blast to power slide backwards.
Power slide backwards.
Yeah, and that's my turn.
Okay, Claudia, you're up next because you tied with initiative. So.
So there's 3, correct?
There is 3 ghouls are climbing on the ceilings nearby the gas, and there's the gas that's standing nearby looking at your guys' group.
I'm gonna throw my chained spear at it.
It's very far away. I don't think you'll have the range.
How far exactly?
We'll say about 60 feet.
Ooh. Okay, I can double that. With a different thing. Can I cast Scorching Ray at it?
You could, if you wish.
Okay, I'm gonna
What's
cast
the
Scorching
range
Ray.
on it?
120 feet.
120 feet? Yeah, you can definitely hit him.
Okay.
So you have 3 projectiles. So for Scorching Ray, we'll do 3 separate attack rolls. And you just gotta tell me who gets hit with the targets.
Okay. So for the first one, I rolled a 6.
And this is against the gas, yes?
It's against one of the guys in the walls.
Okay,
Oh.
gotcha.
Yeah.
First one will miss.
All right. Second hit, not 8. Oh my. Oh. This is not going my way.
Third.
Dirty 20. That's going my way.
So you go ahead, roll damage. That'll definitely hit one of them.
They take 8 damage.
Okay. You shoot one of your Scorcher Rays. You try to shoot at the 3 ones cling to the walls. 2 dodge out of the way, but one of them just gets hit, goes and just burns for that set damage. So, anything else you would like to do?
I'm going to end my turn and let my Drake do his funny thing.
Okay, what would the Drake like to do?
The Drake, it's gonna move closer to the gas and use his turn because it's too far away to do anything.
Okay, so he's just gonna get to the closest as the gas as possible.
Yeah,
Copper, you see, what's the movement speed of the Drake?
40 feet.
Okay, so he could get up to right in front of the gas. Copper, you notice that your dragon kind is charging towards the gas. It's the gas's turn now. He will say, "Go fetch dinner," and you'll see the ghouls just crawl right into the walls of the sewers, and you just hear boring heading towards you guys. And the gas sees this Drake, and then the gas doesn't see you, Copper. Seeing the Drake and seeing that he can only get so far, he was just, Drake, let's see what you taste like. And he will do multi-attack. He will do claws and bite. Does a 12 hit with the claws or no?
I rolled a natural D20, right? Since I don't have the actual.
What's its armored class?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Armor class.
So does 12 hit?
No, it's 14 plus personal or proficiency
Okay,
bonus.
so it has
no.
to roll 14 or higher. Okay.
Yeah.
Bite attack.
I'm sorry, no, a 17 or higher because it's 14 plus with proficiency bonus.
Okay. 18 to hit with the bite. I'm assuming that's a yes.
Yeah.
18 to hit. It will take 15 points of piercing damage. Is it still alive?
I am trying to find its health. It doesn't say it on the little card it has.
It does.
Does it?
It's 20. It has 20.
Yeah.
It's
So
on your actions.
So,
Is it?
Claudia, you do see your Drake avoiding this claw attack, but then you just see this thing's long tongue, and takes a large bite, and you see its mouth just extend outwards like a python, and it just takes a huge chunk out of the Drake right around the neck area, and as it does, it just licks all the meats that it has consumed, along with licking whatever blood it remains. So it says, can't wait to see how it tastes cooked, as it echoes, and it will gain some health points.
Oh, shit, what?
It's like we throw the squishies out there.
And you hear the burrows heading towards your guys' direction, but you don't know where exactly they're coming from. They just know these ghouls just crawled into the walls, and you just hear just heading towards your guys' direction. Next, it would be Mr. Copper. You see your Drake getting chewed up, and it's not looking pretty well.
Oh no, it's my Drake.
Wait,
Excuse me.
Man.
Well, you both are dragon kind, so.
Let's be.
Whoa, okay, Mr. Human.
No. No, this is based on last session. Everyone's. So I was hiding. Everyone pretty much ran past me at this point, so I'm behind them.
You see the ghouls crawl into the walls, and like make a perception check actually. This will not count your.
If I'm flanking anybody, because they all just ran past me. Just 11.
Just an 11. They went above you at some point, but you don't know what happened afterwards. But at the moment, you would have to basically maneuver in a way where you could possibly gain the flanking bonus.
So the Drake is in front of me at this moment?
The Drake is nearby you in front of this gas.
So I'm behind the gas is what I'm asking.
No, you're a few spaces in front of the gas, but it doesn't seem like he noticed you.
I see. So I am gonna maneuver myself to try to get behind him.
Okay. Go ahead and just make another stealth check.
Dang it. That's a 9.
No. As you try to walk over, and he looks at you, and then he's like, you! And you just kind of stop in your tracks, and you do know that this gas is the same gas you've encountered in the church. He says, I haven't forgotten the last time we danced.
Oh.
And he's like licking his lips, the blood off his lips.
Ew.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the rest of my movement speed to sort of maneuver myself so that the Drake is behind him then.
Sure. In the flanking position. Gotcha.
Yes. So, I rolled a 15 initiative with who?
You rolled with Equus, but Equus allowed you to go before him.
That's fair. I'm gonna kind of look at Equus to kind of do a combo attack and see if he catches on. I'm gonna start punching and kicking this dude while he has his sights set on me.
Attack roll.
That is a 19 to hit first time.
That will hit.
That is 10 damage on the first hit.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a key point for a stunning strike, so he has to beat a 15 con save.
Nat 1.
Alright.
So how do you stun him?
Let's see. Copper's about 5'8". This thing is about what, 7 feet tall?
This thing is about 6'4".
All right, perfect. I'm gonna straight knee him in the liver shot. He's gonna get kneed in the liver. Yeah.
He took a bad liver shot, and he's like stunned from the impact.
Perfect. Second hit with advantage. Oh, I missed.
That causes blood to come out.
That's another 19 to hit.
That will hit.
For 6 damage.
Okay.
I will do another key point for flurry of blows.
Okay. How much damage was that last one? I'm sorry.
Problem. So that was 10 to first damage and 6 to second.
Okay.
Third attack. I just love being a monk. That's a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits him.
That is
By a
9
fucking long
damage.
shot. Okay.
That is 9, and the last attack. Come on, give me a crit.
Jeez,
No
how many
crits.
attacks do you get?
18 to hit.
That will hit him. He
I
gets
get
as much
4.
attack so much as he has resources. So
Is he a
As
monk?
long as I have key points, I can
Mhm.
do flurry of blows for 2 attacks, and I get 2
that's
attacks. on level
terrifying.
5. That's
Yep.
5 damage right there.
okay.
And as a drunken master, I'm already disengaged. So
Yep.
I don't know how many feet it took me to get to him, but I'm gonna use the rest of it to sort of back into the cave, sort of have him chase me like last time we fought.
Okay. You can. Will say that going around him will take about 5 feet of movement. So we'll say that you're almost to the group.
All right, so that'll be 50 feet. I move backwards then.
And what does your combo look like to this gas, by the way?
So that'll be a liver shot and elbows straight to his jaw, grab him in the back, and then try to knee him twice in his head. And then
Ooh.
kick him,
My
and then
lord.
just-
A bunch of headshots, and like you see like the bruises forming, and like you see for a second you think like you dislocate your jaw. It goes, and before he can even react to your attack, you just get the hell out of there.
It's my turn.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah.
Equus, you're up.
So you were attacking the ghast, right? Not the Drake.
Yes,
Why
it
would
was
I attack the Drake?
They're-
I'm attacking the
how close are they to each
cat.
other?
If he attacked the Drake, I'd have his head.
Oh, it's your Drake. Sorry. How close is the Drake to the guy?
Right in front of the ghast.
Damn, 5 feet.
Yep.
It can take a little bit of damage, though, right?
No, he's at 5 health. He will die.
No, do it. Do
He
it.
will get murdered.
What are you doing,
Don't do it,
Equus?
Equus.
You see, Copper gives you the hint of a combo move, and he's running after doing some combos on him.
Come on, Equus.
He's
hoping
calling an
that-
assist.
I was hoping that in this, that as I was hitting him, whatever Equus does happens at the same time.
Sure. He
Ah,
calls an assist.
So then I'm definitely not gonna ice knife, because then that would just be hurting. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh. I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna bonk him on the head with my staff.
Okay,
With my
so you
fucking
did get a
foot.
bit closer, so you are able to do so. So, Copper, as you are running, you see Equus running with a magic glowing stick, and then you head towards him, and go ahead and make your attack, buddy, with advantage.
Let's look at
What's your
that.
roll? What's your
18
roll there?
damage.
Say again?
18.
That will hit him. Five damage. You fucking club him right in the head. Blood is coming out from his forehead from that shot, and he's like, and he's trying to like clearly lick his wounds, but he's a little dazed and confused. He's looking like he's bloodied at this point.
Fuck yeah. How much movement do I have left?
We'll say that took up the rest of your movement because you were like
Yeah.
always ready going up. So
I was afraid you were gonna say that. I'm gonna drop the bear totem. We're all within 60 feet of each other.
now dropping the baritone does that take an action?
No,
'Cause
it's a
you would
bonus
use your-
action.
You use your bonus action
Oh,
to do
shit,
shillelagh.
Shillelagh's a bonus action. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep. All right, that's my turn. I'm gonna get hit. I fucked around, and I'm gonna find out.
Hercules,
He's
you're
done.
up.
All right.
You're all the way in the back.
I'm
You
all in the back.
decided not to move. You hear like crawling and like a bit of like ceiling, like it's giving away dirt. But what would you like to do?
How far would 25 feet get me if I just ran 25 feet?
Probably we're a little bit past where Copper's running towards you.
Okay. So would that put me within 60 feet of him?
I'm not running
Of the
towards
gas?
the group. I'm running
Yeah,
the
the gas.
opposite direction.
I see. I gotcha. You didn't click.
Yeah, I'm trying to have him chase me in the opposite. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So basically, you could only get halfway, but you would be within 60 feet. Yes.
Good, good. So Arculus just slowly manages to catch up, and as he does, he eventually makes it within range, and he knows what he has to do, and he's been keeping it a secret from everybody. But Arculus raises his spear, and the tip begins to glow. And then he just stabs it into the ground, and golden arcs begin cracking through the ground towards the ghoul, ghast, whatever the thing is.
Ghast.
And just radiant flame explodes from out. I am casting Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Wow.
Does he have to make a save?
Yeah, Dexterity 12.
That ability too.
I think for stunned, he instantly fails it, right? If I recall.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, 2d8 radiant. Alright. So he takes, that's not an impressive amount of damage. 11 damage.
Okay.
And then, so I was wondering this. I can cast a cantrip and then a first level spell, right?
So doing Sacred Flame, that I think takes an action, right? I think for you to do.
Yes. But I have a
So-
bonus action first level spell.
As long as the action economy is good, there's no rules
Yeah.
against casting a cantrip.
Exactly.
into leveled spell.
Okay. And then after, I would like, who's closest to it? Who's closest to it?
That would be the Drake and Equus.
Alright, so I would like to begin concentrating on casting Shield of Faith on Equus. And
What does your Shield of Faith look like?
It looks like a radiant glow, and almost like a little visage of Arculus is standing directly in front of him. And as well, because of this, I get to use my Voice of Authority, and after my spell is there, I shout to Equus, "Equus, go in for an attack!" Voice of Authority lets me let an ally use a reaction immediately after I make a spell affect them.
Okay.
Bomb.
You want to attack him? Okay, go make an attack roll.
Is it still stunned?
Feeling. It's still stunned, so you would still get advantage.
Okay, does the 17 hit?
It does.
Then I won't roll again.
Okay. Sure, you don't want to fish for that crit, bro.
Nah, I
No?
rolled 10 damage.
Okay.
That's good.
That's
I
fine.
like your style.
I don't need it.
I mean, I could use Commander's Strike too. I made an attack action.
Casting a spell and an attack is not the same.
You're right.
Sacred
You're right.
Flame, is that a spell attack or is that a saving throw?
You were gonna freak.
No. I think it only refers to melee, I believe,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah. All right, that's the end of my
It would
turn. Then.
make sense.
Like the fighter was
All
never
right.
supposed to have magic.
Vampiric Touch, though, would proc that.
Mr. Peppers, you notice that Arculus is doing some cleric shit,
Oh,
as it is your turn.
how far am I from the gas thing?
60 feet.
And real quick question: if I use a cantrip, and then I can use an action, right? Or what was it like for?
Again, it's dependent on economy, so what Arculus just did is that he casted a cantrip for his action for Sacred Flame, and then he used his bonus action to cast a leveled spell in Shield of Faith, because Shield of Faith is a bonus action, not an action. So as long as you got economy, you could decide whether to do a cantrip or a leveled spell as an action,
Okay,
or a...
I have the embodiment of law,
Okay.
and it says if you cast a spell in enchantment school, blah 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 blah, first level or higher, you can change the spell's casting time to one bonus action for this casting, provided the spell casting time is normally one action. So does that mean I can turn any of my spells to a bonus action?
Yes.
Now,
Okay,
isn't
so that,
there a home rule that you can't cast 2 leveled spells in one turn, though? Or am I
Yeah, you
missing
cannot cast 2 leveled spells. However, you could still use an action. You can do a lot more stuff with an action than a bonus action. So if you want to, for instance, cast a spell but use that ability to make it a bonus action, you could then use your action to either get further if you wanted to, or just do another
Attack.
action or a cantrip or what have you.
So basically, this embodiment, though, it turns all my spells into a bonus action if I want.
If you wanted to, yes, but it is a limited resource, so do keep that in mind.
Yes, I know it. I got 2 for every long rest.
Yep.
Okay, well,
This gas is looking badly hurt, though. I will say that, and there is still, at least there's 3 ghouls like crawling into the walls and shit.
Yeah. Yenban uses free action to yell, "Cast the sacred flame! Burn him to ash!"
oh, just real quick question, one more time. If I used Sacred Flame,
Yeah.
and then I can use one of my abilities, one of my other spells for my that particular.
For your bonus action to use your ability, yes, I would allow it. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm talking like one of my spells though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So if you want to do cantrip, Sacred Flame, and then like bonus action, but use your ability to turn your level spell into bonus action, that's perfectly fine.
Cool. That's what I'm gonna do. I make a moon shape with my hand and go like thrust forward at this thing.
Yeah. This thing will. Yep, he will fail it because he's stunned. So go ahead and roll damage for me, buddy.
We are messing this thing up. And not in his own
Revenge.
turn this time.
14.
14 damage.
Yeah, for radiant damage.
All right. Let me just do some math here.
Now burn like my friend burned.
Yeah.
And burn he shall.
Yes.
Describe to me how he dies.
Oh,
It's him and his each smallest part of his body starts incinerating with like on fire, like by moonlight. It just like bursts into flames, like so from fingertips up his arms, his toes up his legs, and he just slowly like, and it's excruciatingly painful.
And as he does, like his tongue is like sticking out and shit, and he just crumbles and burns, and he just collapses to the ground dead.
Yeah.
That sacred dead ghoul ash, I collect that.
Now, for you filthy women creatures, things that shouldn't be existent.
As you say that, you're like, oh shit, where'd they go?
Embodiment of law. And then all of a sudden, I asked Moon Maiden, and I touched my symbol on my chest, and I'm like, send me your aid. And all of a sudden, these like moon-looking fairies start going around me in 15 feet. Anyone that's my friend is not affected, but those things, every time they get in, they have to make a wisdom save. Their speed is cut in half, and it's spirit guardians.
Hell yeah, man.
What if
All
we
of a
ever
sudden,
told
these moon-shaped fairies just appear out of nowhere and are filling and occupying, circling around this space as the symbol on Pepper's chest starts to glow and starts to emanate this glow as he is concentrating on the spell. Is that gonna be it?
And I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna try to get as many people as I can in my 15-foot radius. I don't know if I can. I don't know how far.
You could get basically everyone except Copper because he ran off. So.
All right, I'm gonna get to the point where I'm like in the center so I can embody everybody, that all of our party. Besides,
Yeah, you could
Copper.
You could definitely do that. Yevon, you're up. The gas is down. However, you don't know where the ghouls are. Where would you like to do?
I'm gonna have first as a free action have Aslos communicate to me where they are because he was right on top of them.
Okay. So, what senses does Aslan have?
Dark vision.
Just dark vision?
Yep, that's it. 120 feet.
He says, they climbed into the holes. You want me to go into the holes?
So, can I see these holes?
Yeah, they're further down where the gas was, in the ceiling and in the walls nearby it.
I'm gonna pray for this one, but I'm gonna step up on the other side of Arculus so that the order is Ryan Pepper's Arculus me, and then Yenban like hoists his holy symbol, and he's also gonna use Sacred Flame, and I'm just gonna like cast it into the tunnel.
Wait, is
Into
everyone
the
a cleric now?
I am a warlock, sir. He does take a.
You cast it into the tunnel. No effect seems to happen that you are aware of.
He gives kind of an elbow to Arculus. He says, "Welcome to the light." And then I'm going to use my movement to run ahead.
You're leaving the circle?
Yeah.
Okay. Claudia, you're up. You're like in the back line.
Okay.
Your Drake is badly fucking hurt.
How far away is it from me?
It is like all the way at the other side.
Oh, are the girl things visible?
No,
What,
they're
like
in
the
walls.
fairies? Oh, the ghouls? Yeah. All you know is
Ooh.
that they're in the walls. You don't know where.
So, if they're in
Horrifying.
the walls, what's the verdict on destroying the walls?
Like, what
I
are you
wanna-
trying to do?
How do you plan on doing that?
Because hang on, let me see. Just blast the wall till it breaks, really.
So you want to try to break one, like a wall or some section of a wall or something like that, or?
Or could I cast burning? So how far away is the wall from me? Like, am I like dead center? Am I near a wall or what?
Okay, like there's walls left and right of you, and there's a ceiling above you.
Okay. Okay.
please
So. Oh, okay. No, listen. I'm not gonna destroy it. What if I cast burning hands and the fire went into the cracks, in the
Didn't we
holes?
just try that?
Did we?
Yeah.
Sacred flame. Yeah. No effects seem to happen.
shoot. Okay. Can I go?
Stay close.
What if we just called it, guys?
Can I heal my Drake?
Yeah, you can heal your Drake
Okay.
if you could get it. To
I
it.
I have a 60 foot. So if I can see a creature within 60 feet of me, I can cast healing word.
Healing word. Yeah, so you can use your bonus action to do healing word.
Okay. For my main action, I'm gonna walk closer to it, my Drake. So 30 feet.
Okay. So you're gonna do 30 feet and spend an action just to get another 30 feet.
Mhm.
Okay. So you move closer to your Drake. You do a healing word. Go ahead and roll hit points for your Drake. For healing word.
Okay, let me find it. Okay. My Drake is healed 2 heart points. Wow. Wow. That kind of stings.
You see the word that you say to it as you say these arcane gestures. It's just like barely stitching together. This is like a mean, like python, equivalent to like a python bite. Fucking brutal and nasty. Anything your Drake would like to do or no?
Let me see what I want to see if it can heal itself. I mean, could it like roll perception to see if it can look around to locate anything that could be of use to us, or like where they could possibly be at, like their
What
exact
is
thing?
its senses?
Dark vision 60 feet, passive perception 12.
With your just general stats, it looks around. It does get a sense of where these ghouls might be.
Could it possibly relay that information to me and Copper since they speak Draconic?
Well, Copper's like gone from the area.
Oh,
And-
okay. Well, could it speak to me
I
then?
don't know where they went. They went into the wall somewhere.
Thank you, little one. You sit there now.
We should keep moving, but slowly. These things
As
are
you
dangerous.
as you say, so, Mr. Peppers, are you in the air or are you on the ground?
I am kind of like hovering in the air, but like not. I don't know how high the ceiling was. That's what I was trying to figure out earlier, but I was flying.
So, moment of silence. You see like these fairy moon creatures like circling around you, and then all of a sudden they stop, and then they look up, and then all of you instead of look up. One of the ghouls will try to pop out, so it will enter the range as it pops out
It
through
has
the
to make a
ceiling.
Wisdom saving throw of
Wisdom
13.
save, right? Of 13?
13.
Wisdom's not their best stat.
I know.
That's the point.
I figured because of the fact that the ghoul had to direct it how to do everything.
They are not smart.
It rolled a 12.
Okay, then it takes 12 damage.
Oh,
All right.
Of
Well, the-
radiant damage.
All right. one of the fairies just like swipes it, and it deals some like brutal radiant damage. But it does leap upon you, and then it will do
Speed
a
is also
bite.
half, by the way.
Yep, but she is falling on you, so natural one on the first attack with the claws, and I'm assuming a 10 does not hit with the bite. All right. She tries to jump on you, but you just dodge out of the way of both of her attacks as she slams onto the ground. Arculus, as you turn around to see this, all of a sudden a hand starts to appear from the floor, beneath you. Must make a whiz save.
Yep.
This one will succeed with the 15.
That is a
Takes
really
half
good
damage.
spell.
It takes half damage. It's 5 then. So half of 5.
Okay.
Whatever 5 is.
Okay. All right. It will try to swipe at you, Arculus. 21 will hit.
Oh god, that hurts.
You take 7 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save.
Yep. First off, roll a concentration check for a Shield of Faith. You just need a 10 or more.
Well, not 20 on my con save.
Okay. So
How do I roll? It's a Constitution.
it's a Constitution saving throw.
For both?
Yeah. So you save for the poison. Now roll to see if you keep Shield of Faith up. You only need a 10 or more.
16. I keep it up.
16? Yeah, you keep it up. So the claw swipes at you. You feel like it's like similar paralyzing, status kind of inflicted upon you, but to no effect. It will take a bite at you now. A 13 will not hit,
No.
I presume. It tries to bite your ankles, but you're just like, ugh. And the third one, so there's one in the floor, one on the ground, prone, and let's see. And Equus Yevon's nearby. So one will appear from the walls right next to you. This one must make a whiz save. This one will fail it.
Okay, and then that thing takes 19 damage. Oh, actually, it's green. Does that mean it's like a 20?
It means you rolled the maximum damage.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
19.
So yeah, this
Radiant
fairy
damage.
before this ghoul lady before it reaches and tries to attack Yevon, this fairy moon creature just slices this one in half, killing it instantly.
Useful.
It's a good spell.
Never again will these things hurt my friends.
Oh, I love spiritual guardians. It's like the spell for clerics. Copper, let's get back to you. You try to run as try to get to lead, but you see like all this happening going on, and then you bumped into individual. This individual seems to be wearing. You can see this individual is wearing like dirty white robes, but looking back on him, you do see that he is a high elf. He is completely bald, showing some wrinkles of age, and you do see that he has this holy symbol, and I'm gonna just post a picture of it in the Dead Rooms text chat, and the producer will show it to the stream. He looks like this. If it could load. There we go.
Ooh.
He looks like that.
What is
And-
that, your position?
Listen, I had our producer picked it out, so you can thank him. He bumps into you, and you realize that on his robes is the same symbol that Mr. Ryan Peppers would have on his person. He goes, I don't mean any trouble. I'm just trying to move past.
That's fine. Are you headed to the church?
I'm from the church. How do you know of our church?
We have a cleric of your order who's been bitten. Do you have any holy water there?
Wait, you have a cleric?
Yes.
A cleric of Saloon of this symbol, and he points to the symbol.
That's what I just said.
Was she the god of deafness too?
Thank
I
God.
must speak to him at once.
I mean, they're fighting back there. That's... Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, have fun.
You just go, and then he will go and see what is happening going on. And anything you would like to do, Copper?
Yeah. So back to what I originally was gonna do. Jeez, I didn't
Curveball,
realize I
bro.
was bumping into somebody. I'm gonna use my full movement speed of 45 feet to get farther away, and then
Sure.
I'm gonna take 2 rocks out of my bag, put into my sling, and I am gonna take disadvantage attacks, but I still can do 2 shots at 120 feet. So I'm literally slinging rocks at these ladies.
Goddamn feet.
Sure.
with
Go ahead and
disadvantage
make an
hoping
attack roll with
something out.
disadvantage.
We just started seeing pebbles flying past us.
Fuck!
No, that was a nat 20 and an 18. That's a 25 to hit.
These
That'll hit.
rats.
Roll for the second attack.
Okay. 5 damage for the first hit. That was-
Nice.
Jeez, now everyone nat 20s. Give me that disadvantage. So yeah, it's a 9 on the second one.
Yeah. So Arculus, you're trying to concentrate on this one, female ghoul that is trying to like grab your ankles. You hear a ting at the back of your arm. You're like, oh, what the fuck was that? And then all of a sudden, you just see another rock just hit this fucking ghoul right on her fucking head. Just- fucking great.
That is...
All right. All right. Next would be. Let's see here. Next would be Equus.
All right, so we just got the ghouls left.
Yep.
How
There's
close
one
are
that
we-
just got hit in the fucking head with a pebble, and one that is laying down on the ground,
Prone. You said.
prone. Yep.
I want to run and hit the one that's prone.
Sure. Just regular attack, no shillelagh, know anything?
Well, Shillelagh stays up, I think. Let me double check.
Does.
I think it might stay up for. Oh, does it?
A minute for 10 rounds.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you have your glowing stick.
These fairies circle around me for 10 minutes.
Oh, I am very much aware of that.
Looks like a nat 20.
That is a nat
Wow.
20.
Nat 20
How would you
all
like to
day.
kill this ghoul?
I'm gonna bash him in the head so hard, so repeatedly that I plant him in the ground, skull first, and it's just his legs sticking out like two little.
You do so. You fucking bury this woman, and as you just bashing the skull over and over again into the ground, causing a crack in the sewer beneath it, and then all that's left is like half a lower torso and just legs, and that's it.
It's gonna grow into a lovely human tree one day.
Arculus looks at Equus and says, Right, you really gave back to the earth on that one, mate.
Anything else you would like to do, Equus?
Line.
No, that's my turn. You're killing me, Arculus.
Arculus, you're up.
I kind of look down in shame after you say that.
All right, Arculus, what would you like to do?
Alright, so after his joke, he gets a little more serious and looks at the ghoul and kind of just says, Right, you must have been prettier in a past life. Whatever you've got going on isn't working, mate. And he just raises the spear and tries to jab it in the back of the head.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage, because she is technically prone but half underground, so I'll allow you with advantage. She's pretty easy to hit.
11.
Wow.
Does not hit. She
Uh,
burrows herself like shiftly to the left.
I'm going to make another attack. Is it also
Sure.
at advantage?
Yes.
I'm playing whack-a-mole with this thing. A 24 to hit.
Oh yeah, that will
Good.
hit him.
Good.
Hit her for sure.
7 damage and... Oh god, I'm not...
That's just enough to kill her.
I'm just gonna... I'm not even gonna be fancy about it. I'm just gonna get annoyed after mixing once and just stab it straight into the ground, hoping I hit it.
It goes, and then you just plant her head, spear through the head, straight to the ground. And it's after a few seconds, her claw that's like been trying to claw at you just like goes limp, and then you just pull the spear out, and combat's over. As soon as the beat kicks it, it's sick.
I love the sweet smell of revenge in the morning. He like takes a deep breath and looks over at Equus and he goes, "Did it feel good?"
What was your previous character that burns name?
Esclepion.
Scorpion.
Escapion. That was for you. Praise the Lord.
Glepan would be looking down, smiling and nodding.
He
his
would.
head.
That was beautiful.
I look back at Yenvon and I say, honestly, it it doesn't feel good. It felt good in the moment. I guess I'm just angry after Stitch's death.
That hollowness feeds the demons. Be careful with how far you follow your rage.
You're
After
quite right.
during this amidst this conversation, you do see a seems like to be an elven individual walking towards you guys. Again, completely bald, clearly a high elf of tan color. Looks similar to the picture that you're seeing. Just dirty white robes. You guys do notice that the symbol he has on his chest matches one of Mr. Peppers, and this high elf says, You are truly a cleric of Saloon. You must be the one that was prophesied."
Oh my god.
What?
Oh.
He
Uh,
sneezes.
yes, I'm a cleric of Saloon, but I'm sorry. I have never heard of a prophecy.
Come, come. I'll discuss more. Please, you and your friends are welcome. Come. We have much to
Cla-
discuss on the way.
Can Claudia speak to him?
You can after break.
Okay. Oh.
So we'll go on a quick 5-10 minute break and we'll be back with you guys to see what happens next. Tune in. And welcome back. If you just tuned in, you just met some revenge combat going on in Revengeance of Asclepian Bolts. And now we'll continue with the story of the Dead Realms. So just give me 1 second here to get music. 1 second here, folks. And again, if you guys want to join the Discord, you can click on the description below. Also, below you'll also find a link to our YouTube where you can subscribe to gain access to, have more accessibility to our content. And finally, go down there and buy our merch, guys, to support us.
Weird question.
Yes.
So when they went into the wall, was that stone meld?
No, they just fucking dig through that shit.
They just fucking do it.
They
How are
just
their
do it,
hands-
my dude.
How are their hands not destroyed?
Monster shit, bro.
Monster logic.
Okay, here we go. We would say this is like a calm type of vibe, so we'll go with that. So let me hit play. Click that.
Short
Okay,
rest.
so, well, not quite. This priest says, "Come, I'll discuss more about this amongst the way. You must speak to the rest of our people."
Hey, Claudia, have a turn.
Sure.
Claudia is gonna take her spear and like point it at the guy's throat. You get because just this is a random guy who came in while we were fighting. Okay, that adrenaline is pumping.
He introduced
He did
himself
identify
audibly.
himself.
Oh, did he?
He's the same symbol
Yeah.
as I do. He's the
audibly
same order.
introduced
He
himself
doesn't
as
know you. Claudia
doesn't-
doesn't
Yeah,
know you.
you point this spear to Scully. Goes, well, again, I don't mean any harm. Me and your fellow cleric here, we share the same symbol. See, and he gestures towards the symbol on his chest and on Pepper's chest, and you see that they are the exact same symbol.
Okay, Claudia is gonna lower her spear, but order her little Drake guy to watch that elf. She doesn't like him.
Why?
Because it's a random dude to pull up in combat. He may be a guy.
He formally introduced
Well,
himself.
it's just saying.
He looks down at the Drake, who is like half bloodied, half like just trying to growl as much as he can.
Used by
he
his
says,
master.
sorry, allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Sartorius Ottoman. I am the head priest of the Church of Saloon here in Waterdeep.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Sartorius. My name is Equus, and I go for a handshake.
He's kind of like hesitant, but he gets like that, and he just constantly looks at the Drake down as he goes in to shake your hand.
Ryan's been a powerful ally for several weeks now. Any friend of his?
I'm sure that he has been. He is a cleric of Saloon, after all.
Does it say in this prophecy of yours how many of us die?
Again, let's go towards the church. I'll explain amongst the way.
Pardon my ignorance, as I am but a simple country druid. But are priests not clerics?
Quite. You see, clerics are chosen champions of the god that they pray to. I'm just the one that speaks the word and teaches the lessons of said god. I have some capabilities, but not as one as your cleric here.
Okay. Thank you for filling me in.
That was actually a really cool explanation.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of curious about that too.
There you go, D&D guys. That's the difference between a priest and a cleric.
By the way, Father, my name's Ryan Peppers, and I come from the island of Nimbro, seeking this church.
Yes. Saloon has granted me a vision of a winged champion to appear. I just didn't expect to, and he looks up and down to be an actual winged individual. But nonetheless, you are a cleric you are her chosen champion. So come, let's discuss this with your friends.
Very well.
Can you heal his Drake?
He looks down, he says, minorly. I don't have, he kind of is like hesitant as the Drake is still fucking growling at him.
Okay.
He'll like
Claudia.
you better.
just want to throw out I'm a veterinarian.
Okay, Claudia's gonna look at Ryan and like switch between thumbs up and thumbs down, asking for like judgment on the guy. She's still very curious. Okay.
From what I can tell, he's a good guy.
Okay.
He was mad that symbol on his chest would burn him. So
Okay. Claudia is going to kneel down and tell her Drake to calm down, Draconic. It's okay. It's okay. Don't bite
It
him
was calm the whole time. You were the one that made it not calm.
yet. Listen, man. Listen. Okay. These are some rough lands out here. Also, so was Claudia with like the group the entire time before I
Yeah,
actually got
so
here?
I'm assuming you guys are following the priest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Following
and
the priest? Okay.
I want to ask him as we're walking. So tell me, Father, am I supposed to call you Father?
You could call me Father, you could call me Sartorius if you wish, whichever you prefer.
Okay, so tell me, Father, what are Saloon's morals? What does she stand for? What does she stand against?
He looks towards like Pepper, Ryan, and he says, I'm surprised our clerk didn't teach you of our ways.
He said some, but to be frank, in these tumultuous times, we spend
Attack,
more
not
time
stop.
running zombies than discussing theology.
Of course. So the main practices that Saloon teaches is, first off, she's the moon goddess. She happens to be one of the first gods in Faerun and was a part of creating this wonderful world of ours. That first amongst other things. And he kind of, as you guys are like going towards where Copper, are you still like moving, or are you still just waiting for your crew?
I guess I'm just waiting for my crew resting.
All right.
as I'm waiting.
And like you basically get a summary of what Saloon does. She represents not only the lights of the night, but also like she controls like the oceans to an extent, and excuse me, and follows us the same practices as what Ryan basically does with his specialty and whatnot.
Okay, so she's basically a nature god.
To an extent, yes.
Moon god, but yeah,
The
The
moon
tide
is
is
nature, my
tide is
friend.
controlled by the moon. So
The
Yeah,
tide
for a long-
and the moon are both natural.
Well, for quite a while in our history, she has been exclusive to us elves, but she has spread her influence to so much extent of our world that she accepted anyone who would have prayed to her.
How kind of her.
Man,
Claudia perks up. I'm in health, halfly.
Okay.
Father, I
I'm
do
not
have
a horse.
a question. Have you heard of Nimbrel? I know it's clouded in mystery and stuff, but have you heard of where I'm from?
Let me roll a history check. Well, at this point, Copper roll. The group catches up to Copper at this point.
Hi, Coppa.
Oh, hey, there you are. How's it going?
where have you been, mate?
Waiting.
Have you met Father Sartorius?
Yeah, I told him where you guys were. I've been
Oh,
waiting
cool.
for
So you're
since.
acquainted.
He's gonna take us to the church.
Yeah, you want to come?
That's why I'm waiting.
I thought maybe you had things to
I
do,
love
like
Pepper's
chores.
responses.
Well, I got trail mix if anyone's hungry.
Heckish.
I put a lot of rations if anyone's hungry.
Yeah. Don't we have like a month worth of rations?
No, we didn't take
No.
it.
Oh,
You'll
oh, we
fucking
did.
lie.
I have been collecting rations over time, and I have 25 rations.
Ryan,
I
goddamn.
don't need food. I-
Goddamn, 25?
So what was the question you asked again? I'm sorry. I got
Father, have you heard of where I'm from? Nimbrel, the island of Nimbrel. I know it's clouded in mystery, but
The island of Nimbrel? Fortunately, I do not know any history of that. I've been local in Waterdeep for almost 500 years at this point.
Oh wow, you're pretty old. I'm sorry.
500 years, father? Christ.
Elves do tend to age quite slower than any other race, of course.
I got a good 150 in me if I'm lucky.
Claudia is gonna lean over to Equus and ask to see that journal that they found, because she speaks more languages, so she'd try to decipher it if she could.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna hand it over, and I'm gonna keep talking to Father, and I'm gonna say, so Saloon, she seems pretty anti-zombie. Am I reading that right?
That is correct, yes.
It's hard not to be anti-zombie right now.
Yeah,
we're definitely anti-cultist.
I'm gonna
definitely.
keep chatting with Father for a
Cultist,
bit.
you said. Sartorius says to you,
yeah.
Peppers.
Yes, anti-cultists.
What
Can't
cults
s-
have been running in the sewers at this point?
They're trying to summon demons.
Hmm. What did their robes look like?
Red.
Typical culty shit, red, black. The other ones were more purple. I'm
Purple.
sure you've seen that type around.
Trust
Well,
me, we
red-
made them a lot more red.
He kind of like half ignores that and goes, "Well, red is common to these cults, but it doesn't really give much meaning. You say they're demons, but most cults, that's usually their goal, or trying to summon some other thing. But you did say purple robes, you said?
We approximated that they were worshippers of Baal. Yes?
You see,
Or Bane. Bane.
purple robes, before they just were announced to royalty and what have you, they were more conjectured in times past, many years ago, around my prime years, much like what your guys are experiencing right now. Purple used to be a former cultist color, but to something different. But I would need more information to decipher what exactly this cult is. But at this point, it could be any cult.
Well, I got some writings by some of them. Not the journal I just handed Claudia, but the other journals from last time.
Big
So,
bad.
Father,
I
what
could
do you
take a
make of
look.
this?
All right, you handle the notes of paper. Like, what languages do you speak, Claudia?
Common, Draconic, Druidic, Dwarvish, Elvish, Orc, and Primordial.
You see that's like this arcane writing in Elvish. You see that
Hey.
it languages. You see that some of the magic that is in here is your basic run-of-the-mill spells, but more catered towards the wizard school of magic rather than, other schools of magic. But what you do realize is some unfinished spell. Oh no, someone left. You do. I think it's Bebo that just left.
Yeah.
He'll come back. But what you see is not just like these basic spells, but you see that half the pages are missing, and this is basically what you think used to be a spell book, but now it's only a few spells that are left. I will send you set spells in a few minutes, but you get the feeling that this used to be a spell book of some sort, but half the pages are missing.
Wait, so could I study the spells that are currently in here?
You could try on your own spare time.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, because I assume that would have like incantations and all that, and how you would cast them.
So at this point you got somewhat of a wizard spellbook / journal, and as you glance through the journal, you do mention like someone mentioning getting rid of this and what have you. What is your intelligence level?
11.
At 11? Yeah, that's all you get from this.
Can I relay what I've read to the rest of the people of the group?
Go ahead and relay it.
Okay. Claudius speaks up. It seems to be some sort of wizardly spell book, I guess you could say. I can't read too far into it, but what I can see, it's a little contains some spells, some are missing. We can try to find them possibly where we found the journal. But yeah, it's just a spell book. And that's
All right.
I'm not much of a reader.
if it's fine with the group, I will like to keep this and try to study what's in it. When we have the time.
Have fun.
Sounds good, but when you're done studying it, I'm the librarian here.
Of course.
As deemed by yours truly.
Horses and librarian needs. That's what you come to me for.
Claudia looks at Arculus and just like nods. Okay.
Bebo, are you back up?
I lost power. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
I'm on my
Can you
phone
hear-
right now. I'm trying to get everything back up and running.
That's fine, man. So as long as you can hear me, that's all I know. That's all I need to know.
Alright.
All right. So, Mr. Peppers, the Sartorius then mentions to the group, "It seems like you guys are well organized. It seems like, and judging from your battle prowess, it seems like you could help out the Church of Saloon. So, what
Well-
I've prophesized Well, let me tell you this. About a year or two ago, around when this apocalypse started, I started praying to Saloon, asking someone to help us in need, assigned to assist us during this time. I'm not too sure whether you guys are in the town of Waterdeep or local, but it was quite violent when the outbreak broke. At first, they tried to seal it, tried to contain it, but it was too late. Even with our schools of magic and with our vast, you know, minds, half of them decided to just leave. The other half tried to solve the issue, but fortunately, we're too late to solve it before the outbreak broke throughout the city. Whatever remains of Waterdeep is left in the Church of Selene. I've guided them through harsh times. We've had former soldiers, former guardsmen, former educated minds that have been sitting along with us, but as days go on throughout this apocalypse, as our food rations started to run low, and as we try to go out, try to risk our lives just to basic supplies, our numbers were dwindling. And I just kept praying to Saloon, asking for guidance for anything, for assistance of any point. That was
Well, we
until
have.
that was until I had a vision. Put your hands down, sir. I'll get to you in a sec.
Thank you.
As during one of these prayers, Saloon came to me in a dream with whatever remaining remnants power was left. She mentions that a winged champion of hers would come and assist the Church of Saloon, helping to bring hope back into this wretched world. And she promised that with the aid of this champion, we would finally see the moon again. And I think I have finally found this champion that we've been waiting for. As he looks to you, Mr. Peppers. Oh no, okay.
Oh, no.
Sorry, it was coming up. Didn't want to interrupt.
That's fine, man. But he looks towards you after saying all this, mentioning that a champion would come and help see the moon again.
Well, I know that I've been feeling her strength waning, though. Have you noticed this? Also,
That I have, and what other clerics that we had in the past, it seems like that either the gods are not listening, which is blasphemous because I just spoke with them, or they're slowly dwindling away. There were gods in past times that were once worshipped, but as there were less people into the world, their influence amongst it started to dwindle, fading into memory. Many gods, some with different names, some with names that only people such as myself would remember. But it seems like whatever gods were before this apocalypse are starting to dwindle away.
I don't know if this is intentional or not, but the stream is still on the pause screen.
Until Bebo turns his cam on.
Yeah, it turns his cam
Oh,
on, yeah, but
okay.
we lost power, so it's fine.
Yeah, okay. I just didn't know if
Yeah.
it was meant to be like that or not.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
I mean, I am here to bring strength back to Saloon, but I'm also here to see if she can aid me with this curse. And I unravel the bite mark and I show him. I need a greater healing greater restoration.
A greater restoration spell.
And I cover that back up. And then on top of that, do you have any idea if this has anything to do with his, or not his, Saloon's sister causing this problem?
You mean the one Shar?
Yeah. Where they're always battling?
I am not too sure. Her cult has been hidden for many, many years.
I haven't met any of hers.
It's a good thing that you don't, for their power could threaten the very world in which we stand upon. Quite think of it. I do remember. No, it couldn't be.
You think those are the cultists?
Well, a color of Shar would be purple, but again, it would be one of the older cults. But again, I would just need more information. A simple color doesn't specify one specific cult.
I know they're trying to summon pillars, and this is one of the points in the church here that they're trying to
Yes.
summon a pillar to summon a horde, if you will.
You mean the obelisks?
Obelisk, yes.
The obelisks or spires, or whatever you want to call them, they used to be part of an old gateway in which, back in my younger years, were used to travel from plane to plane as other schools of magic would, for their curiosities or what have you. However, due to some evil acts and temperaments with them, they were forbidden to be used. Still active. Though there are ones that try to understand knowledge and try to use them for either good machinations or ones of evil kind. But if these cultists are using these spires, they could be trying to bring something out much worse onto this world, for which they need 4 spires to be active. One of the spires is located deep beneath under the church, under the old forbidden temples of Shar. That is where they would try to go.
And where are the
So-
other 3 towers? Please tell me they're close by.
We've been doing
We
a
have,
lot
we have a map.
Do you think those are referred to towers?
I think so. That's what it looked like it was
Let
showing.
me take a look on this map you speak of.
Who had it? I think our librarian has it.
Yep, take it.
He
do you
takes it.
think?
He takes a look at it, and then his eyes like widen. He says, "Seems that they've already done 3 out of the 4, and the only remaining one is the one underneath our church."
Sounds like we should go to the church.
Come, we must make haste, quick.
Right, so the plan's out the window, isn't it?
Copper's
Yep.
gonna run off ahead since he's faster. Yeah,
Sure.
just
Your
understanding-
dragon friend is quite fast.
Yeah, he does that from time to time.
Yeah, you get used to it. Don't worry about it.
What?
After 2 hours of just jogging, everyone go ahead and make athletics checks for me.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh no.
Nat 20, baby.
Gladly, but I still trying to pull up everything. So, sorry,
15.
since I lost power or whatnot.
17.
17.
8.
Oh, by the way,
And-
I would just like to say that I stopped concentrating on my spell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I assume that. So,
Gavon
Sirius, what's
is
your roll? Sirius, what's your roll for athletics check?
Working on it. Working on it. Sorry. Like I said,
That's
I lost power trying to pull
Hey
everything.
man,
back.
it's cool. It's cool.
5.
5. Okay.
Oh, that's acrobatics. That's not athletics. My bad.
Anyone under a 10 has 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh my god.
I think
As
Sirius
you're-
rolled a 4. What he said.
Anyone under a 10 or below will
Hey.
have an exhaustion.
Oh,
As
right. Good.
as you get closer to the trench underground, those who rolled under are heavy winded, and like as you have been like basically jogging / running for 2 hours straight. And this way says, "Come, much quicker. We're almost there." And at this point, you do see seems like to be 2 guardsmen guarding what seems like to be a doorway that has the symbol of saloon on it. And Sartorius says, "It is I, Sartorius. We have some company along with our champion. Open the doors." And then the guards oblige and open set doors. And the doors lead up. It goes from simple dirt stairs, and it turns more solid and solid. And as you go more up and up and up, you do see light further above you. And as you cross the threshold, you do see this large church of saloon. Surprisingly, still somewhat intact. There are some cracks in the wall and whatnot, but it's still in a very fairly well conditioned. It's a little bit dirty. If this was clean, it would be marble white and gold everywhere. And the only thing up is candles and whatever remnants of Waterdeep remains. Women, children, families kind of scattered across doing their business, and they all look towards you and your group. And Sartorius says, "Everyone, we have found our..." Excuse me for one moment, as he's trying to capture his breath. And everyone's like, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" And he, after 2 minutes of catching us, says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I think we found the answer to all of our prayers. With the help of our champion of Saloon, Mr. Peppers here," and he gestures towards you, Ryan. He says, "We may finally see the moon in the sky once more." And everyone just kind of cheers. He says, "Now please, excuse us. We have further matters to attend to. Send word to our available warriors. We must meet into the chapel room." And he turns towards you guys and says, "Come, right this way."
As I'm walking through the crowds, you ever seen a chicken turn red? That's what I like.
Does anyone in the crowd look injured?
Not at the moment. They look okay. Some of them might be looking pretty hungry, but other than that, nothing too suspect as far as injury-wise or what have you.
I'm gonna set down 5 days rations on the floor for them.
Okay.
That's
To
just
make them
so
fight
that-
like rabid animals.
That's maybe the intention. They're delicious cherry pies. You can do with that.
The kids love
whatever.
I got dandelion, coffee, and a variety of herbs I've saved across the past few months. It's not a meal in and of itself, but it'll spice things up and make life a little more enjoyable. In this
They
way.
appreciate the gesture.
I'm gonna set down 9 rations as well for the people of the
Of course.
saloon.
They're especially happy with that.
I've been
Blessed
walking away
by the
doing nothing.
champion.
They're like, coffee's all right, but mine is.
Arculus would like to approach the father and just be greedy as usual and not give anybody anything. But rather, he'd like to go up to the father and say, "Father, whatever your name is, could you point me in the
Call me
direction of your
Father
barracks?"
Sartorius. Well, I'll give it to you in 1 second. We must speak to whatever warriors we have available because this matter that you discussed, it is of the most importance.
Right then.
Arculus, if you ask this guy for a paycheck, I swear to Gaia, I will kill you.
How did you know?
He's just
know
trying to
you,
find a
buddy.
patron. That's all he's trying to do.
By the way, you still owe me whatever I'm being paid.
Hey, you're not dead yet, are you?
As after you guys like go through the church, and this church is fucking huge. It's at least like 5 floors. It's possibly, and as you guys look out the windows amongst the undead, you can tell this is like one of the tallest buildings, or what would have been one of the tallest buildings in Waterdeep. And you look up, and you kind of like look upwards at the top, Mr. Pepper, so you see the symbol of the moon as kind of, well, for lack of the better term, where the cross would be on top of the church. You see the golden symbol of Saloon just chilling there in pristine gold.
Do you guys want to know what the symbol of saloon looks like? I can
Yeah.
describe it to you.
I'm good.
I think we've heard about it.
I think we know.
I
By
think you
now.
gave us the
Well, yeah.
pamphlets already.
Yeah,
It's kind of a weird symbol, but
yeah, it's funny,
basically
Go
it
for it.
is
Does it anyway?
Oh, whoa,
6
that is
stars
for our
around
audience.
around 2 eyes peering out.
That's not a moon at all.
TJ Eckelberg, huh?
Oh, I could show it to you. I'm sorry.
You eventually go to the 4th floor, and as you do, amongst you all and Father Sartorius, you do see 5 more individuals. 2 of them look like to be bowsmen. Oh,
okay.
the cameras. There we go. All right. So the cameras.
I'm
All right,
sorry.
so that's fine, man. So amongst you all, you also see 6 other warriors. 2 of them being bowsmen, 2 of them being what seems like to be short and steel warriors, and one of them being kind of the heavy weapons guy, and another seeming to be wearing some kind of robes of some sort. But you're surprised that the only thing you see is like a short sword and nothing more, but very few like armor. And they're like, all right, so first off, this is Mr. Ryan Peppers. He is the cleric that we've been waiting on for quite some time. And the heavy weapons guy says, what, this guy? A chicken?
Excuse me.
Unexpected, yes, but it was prophesied that a champion of saloons would come, and, well, she has brought him over, along with some other aided compatriots, and I could tell you for certain that they are quite capable of fighting. And then one of the shield guys says, yeah, if they're a good helping hand, I'm down with it.
All right, so what's you guys' plan when 12 cultists bust through the door with 30 zombies behind them? Because, like, we've dealt with that before, and y'all seem kind of reluctant to accept our help.
Bring them down.
One of the bowsmen, female, says, wait, cultists leading zombies? Father, what's going on here?
Oh, they don't even know, guys. They don't
Father Satori says, yes, that's what I came to bring you all here for. Now, according to Mr. Peppers, along with his compatriots, it seems that cultists wearing purple robes. So before he can finish, one of the Sword and Shield guys, who is Elvis, says, could it be the worshippers of Shar? I'm not too sure, says Sartorius. But what we do know is that they are capable of summoning demons. And they are looking for the obelisks that are below this temple. And it seems like they've already gotten 3.
I'm not sure also, but they may have summoned that demon that we killed already. It was, what was it, you guys?
It was a Tenaruk.
A Tenaruk. We killed a Tenaruk.
Wait a minute. Hey, I just had a realization. You guys remember that ritual in the beginning in the other session? Last session? What if they were trying to turn me into a demon? Or use me to make one?
Or you were a sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice to summon one, or to get something out of it, you know? Or
I feel like that was very obvious.
Hey, shut up, okay?
The robed individuals then says, wait, you were being used in a ritual?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but that is not important because she wasn't used. She was saved. It's such a minor detail.
We also tried to use
Let's focus on that. Let's focus on the threats to come, not the threats that were.
Well, they're going to attack, so you'll need to prepare defenses, arm your citizens, and we will need to delve into the Temple of Shah below and guard or destroy the obelisk.
Yeah, so let's talk defenses.
The obelisk cannot be destroyed. They're magically created. So
I thought we were in a prophecy.
Yes, you are in a prophecy. However, there is one thing. These cultists, judging by what you've been telling me, I have to assume that you might be working for Shar. That's so, if they have any powerful cultists, the very magical essence that they produce could very much threaten the entire fabric of our world. He looks to you, Arculus, as you are raising your hand.
Thank you. So Arculus immediately seems a little pissed off, and he points his spear at all of them, just like kind of extending his finger, and he's like, alright, well, if we've got whatever plan we're making, we're gonna do it with these, pathetic lot. I've trained gnomes more threatening than you.
Claudia's gonna approach Arculus, put a hand on his shoulder, and like, come on, man, have some respect. Listen. If they, she's gonna whisper in his ear. If they die, we don't die. Okay? Take it as a help to us, so we know what we're doing. Okay? We don't go in first. Fake it. Okay?
Whip these lads into shape, Arculus. You know what to do with a bunch of softies.
Arculus immediately disregards Claudia's suggestion of sacrificing soldiers because he's a commander, so that's a little disrespectful.
Well, they die in the field of battle.
So Copper has a passive insight of 17. Can I tell how battle-hardened these individuals are in front of me?
Yeah, do that.
You get the feeling that most of them are quite competent for the most part. It seems like the uniforms that they've been wearing seems like to be ones that the Waterdeep army would equivalently wear. The one robed individual is kind of a mystery to you because you aren't too sure of the vibe of
you said
like
that one
what
is a short sword?
a short sword and nothing more other than robes.
I think a point can be made that we all need to use our individual skills to enhance the defenses of this place, which will likely come under siege in the coming days.
Father Sartorius says, well, there is this one spell that I am able to do. However, the cost of it would be great. But if successful, we could possibly prevent any undead, any demonic entities from entering the vicinity of our church.
A magic circle.
No, something
How great would the
far
cost
greater
be?
than that. It would cost half of our food supply, but in doing so, would prevent any undead, any demonic entities, or any entities for that matter, entering into our churches.
How long
in
would
our
it last?
vicinity around the church.
How can this be done?
It would last until the spell would be dispelled. So upon completion, it could certainly last for quite a long time, so long as I am alive.
I think
I have the tree here.
However, again, it does cost half of our food supply, and
I don't
it'll
think
take
that'd be-
me a full day to complete the spell.
What about the cultists? Will they be able to enter?
I would be casting the spell inside this tower here, but any disruption of this me casting the spell could possibly ruin the spell. The food supply would already be a conduit of being used to produce the spell. Any interruption would cost our food supply, and the spell would fade, and I would have to start all over again with the other half.
Claudia speaks up. I'm not sure about any of that, but I have these javelins that she unclips her little what's it called? It's like a little quiver that was with my gear in the
Sure.
Yeah, so she clips that and she lays it on the floor in front of her. Take those if you need weapons to defend your. She looks around and says,
Wait.
"Church with." It contains 15 javelins. Like they're thin, but they're javelins nonetheless.
Father, how much food are we talking about?
At least half of our food supply.
And what's your food
Because
supply?
we would have enough for one use of the spell. Maybe not.
How
a
many
second.
lives hang in the balance? How
Considering
many
it's
people are here?
at least the last time I checked, a quarter of Waterdeep entered into this church seeking refuge.
Oh, hell no. We can't let them do that.
Huh?
Bro, they already looked hungry. This is over the table, by the way. They looked hungry already.
We gotta do it though. We can get the food.
It is a
can
great
get-
cost, yes, but in doing so, we would keep out those undead hordes and whatever threats the cultists might face. If I am successful in this, that should buy us enough time to go to the obelisk beneath us.
So many people are
Yeah.
gonna die.
Wait,
Because
So
we're
um, Claudia proposes an idea. How great would the risk be if we ventured back to where you guys found me and take those rations? Because as far as I'm concerned, there's still a lot there that we didn't grab.
Shit, that's smart.
Did you forget about the part where we were being chased out there?
We
no,
could.
we should let
giant
we just
creatures.
let the people of Waterdeep go get them themselves. We'll tell the people of the church where that food is, and we'll let them do it on their own time.
But
Why?
but think about it. There are also a lot of civilians, so we'd have to train them on how to use weapons to defend
Ladies.
themselves in the event of.
Ma'am,
they've got to have some scouts, some foraging parties among them. How else are they sustaining a quarter of the population?
Sartorius raises both of his hands and says, "Let us not worry about that. These are not my only warriors here. We are more than capable of gathering some supplies after the fact. What we now need to address is the threat at hand. Cultists, possibly ones from Shar, who could summon demons, are trying to get into our space, trying to go towards the obelisk for God knows, for what Saloon knows what might harm they might cause.
I think for now, we all need to rest. And if we can defend this location for a day, then I suggest we do that. Because at the end of the day, we're going to need to go back and make decisions.
I would
Potentially,
like.
Yeah,
Oh.
so we
I interrupted. Sorry.
It's okay. We will need to defend this obelisk and go there eventually, regardless. But we've all just run for a great deal. Before we have the discussion of what we're to do for you, I think we all need to talk to each other.
Yeah, I think anyone who can afford not to take a rest should start preparing defenses, because we need to keep this father alive for a whole day. Like, that's what we're towards. You know.
Copper wants to inspect the knuckles of the guy with the short sword and just the robes on.
What's your investigation modifier?
Investigation modifier is +3.
+3. He is kind of like just crossed-armed at this point, so unfortunately you can't really see his hands or what have you. But upon looking at whatever hands you say, you could tell like this is battle worn. So he's kind of you aren't too sure, but he does have a short sword belt.
I want that one.
I want to speak up and say, hey, you're the only guy not wearing armor. Do you use magic?
He says, "I do to an extent, yes."
Cool, me too.
I think we all do.
So, Arculus would also like to speak up, and he would like to say, Father, I am a bit of a tactician myself, and I believe I could help you, but if you've got any finer men than whatever these lots are, I could
These
do
are
good
our
with
finer
them.
men.
Oh, good God! Tell me you jest! This couldn't
I
be
don't.
your finest men, mate.
Claudia speaks. Arculus, you've trained worse. You can make them better in the time we have. Don't forget where we were.
These men used to be parts of the great army of Waterdeep. This man over here, he points into one of the rebels, used to be one of the Griffin Riders of Waterdeep.
They're still alive. That's all that matters.
Interesting. A Griffin
Survival.
riding, like the Knights of Imble.
Hey,
To an
I
extent,
used to ride
yes,
Griffin.
but unfortunately, we do no longer have any Griffins to our stead.
Never seen a Griffin.
There's one thing I would like to do before we engage in this. I need everyone here. I trust my team. I don't trust your team. No offense, because we've encountered people deceptive before. They hid their true intentions. So I want to make sure that these soldiers of yours are here to defend you to your death.
I don't think that's necessary.
Sartorius puts his hand on your feathered shoulder, and he says, "Cleric Peppers of Saloon, I trust these men and women with my life." And I
can find out.
And I swear,
zone of truth.
I swear to our goddess of Saloon that these are great men and women that will aid us in our cause.
Very well.
He then says, "Then it's settled. I'll start casting the hollow spell as soon as possible. If you need rest, now's the time to do so. But this will take me all day and half our food supply. But again, ladies, gentlemen, in doing so, everyone..."
You're not gonna kill me, is it?
No.
Because I've been infected by the undead.
Yes. Come. We'll see to that first and foremost. So it is settled then. After I tend to our cleric, we will then begin the process of the hollow spell.
Like the thought of just Ryan immediately disintegrating as the spell gets cast.
Come on, dude.
All of Sartorius' men says, "Yes, father."
Before we have to break it to all of these hungry, potentially riotous villagers, I wanna kind of rouse the rabble and like gather everyone, and do something nice for these people before we tell them they're about to start rationing.
Before we tell them we're gonna start starving them.
Yeah.
Copper's not joining this. Copper's gonna.
All right. Before like everyone breaks off and stuff like that, you guys are agreeing to this, yes?
Yes.
I don't want to contribute because I don't want to get killed by hungry people.
Arculus is reluctant.
I'm not doing
but
that.
he agrees.
Yeah.
I'm prepping defenses, but
Yeah, Yenbot's doing his own thing.
plan is good.
I need a yes or no on the group.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As this meeting is closing, it says, "Well then, ladies and gentlemen, if we are successful after the spell's completion, we might possibly see the moon again. May Saloon help assist us in our time of need. And we'll end the session right there.
No.
Are we going to fix me first, though? You said we were about to fix me.
We'll get to it next week, buddy. It's fine. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, join our Discord below to join our community and speak with amongst these individuals here if you wish. You can also support the show by buying our merch at redbubble.com below and subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. And we promise you that the next 3 episodes will be dropped simultaneously whenever we get a chance. So until then, guys, we'll see you next week. Take care.